So normally on this channel, I don't tend to get into the personal side of things, and I'm sure that you've read the title of this video. It's going to say something like why I left the UK or why I moved to Dubai. But the reason why I decided to make this particular video today is because a lot of the reasons why I moved to Dubai is because of my online business. So if you're currently at the start of your own business journey, or maybe you've already got one, you're going to be able to get a lot of value out of this video. I want to go through my backstory and talk about how I was able to get to this point where I'm able to live a life of certain freedom, where I'm able to move to a different country solely because I started an online business. I also want to talk about my decision making. Why did I come to the conclusion of moving to Dubai? And I also want to talk about the entire process in case any of you are thinking about also doing the exact same thing. But getting straight into it, let's begin with the backstory, the beginning of how I was able to get to this point. Now, for those of you that don't know me and you've never seen me before, welcome. My name is Sam. And initially I went to university, graduated in accounting and finance, got a 9-to-5 job. And it was during this time that I realized that I couldn't necessarily see myself working a 9-to-5 job for the rest of my life. Being told what to do, being told when to eat, being told when to wake up and leave my house wasn't something that I wanted to spend the rest of my life doing. So it was whilst I was working my 9-to-5 job that I started my first official online business, which was an e-commerce business. Now, the way that it worked is that I was initially selling products on the eBay platform, and I was able to build my sales up from $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, up to $50,000 a month. And of course, once I got to this point, that's when I handed in my notice, left my 9-to-5 job, and I was able to scale that business by selling on platforms like Amazon and Shopify. And then eventually I was able to accomplish the goal of making my first $1 million with that particular business. Now, the reason why I say all of this is because during this time of building this business, that's when I also realized that there's so many different taxes that you have to pay as a business owner. I'm not sure how it works in other places around the world, but in the UK, when you start a business, one of the first taxes that you're going to have to pay is corporation tax. At the time of recording this video, it's 25% of the profits that your business makes. You also have to pay personal income tax as well. So if you pay yourself a salary, if you pay yourself a dividend, you're going to have to pay personal tax on that income. You also have to pay employee taxes. So once you start hiring people, you're going to have to pay taxes. When you pay your employees, you're going to have to pay VAT, which is value added tax. You're also going to have to pay import taxes if you're buying inventory from places like China. There's so many different taxes that you have to pay. And with all of these different taxes that I've had to pay, of course, it's not just with my e-com businesses, but it's with all of the different internet businesses that I've been able to build ever since. Whether it's with my affiliate marketing business, my digital products, blog website, so on and so forth, I'm paying out a lot of taxes for all of the different businesses that I'm currently running. And whilst I was growing my business, of course, as most of us, we don't necessarily like to pay all this money out because we don't really know exactly what it's being spent on, and we could use that money when it comes to growing our business even more. But of course, during that time, I just put my head down, kept growing my business, paid the taxes that I needed to pay, and I didn't really think anything of it. But of recent, I started to notice that there's been a couple different people from the UK and other places around the world that have moved to Dubai. At first, I didn't really realize why they were moving there. Of course, it's a beautiful place, nice weather, but I didn't really get it until I did a little bit more research, and I found out that companies don't have to pay any tax. It's 0% tax when it comes to the profits that your business makes, depending on which type of setup that you go with. And you're not going to have to pay personal income tax too. And of course, when it comes to you paying employees, you're not going to have to pay taxes on that as well. And as soon as I found out this information, the first thing that I did is book a flight there, mainly to have a holiday. So I was there for around 2 weeks just so that I can see if it was a place that I could see myself living for the long term. And I can honestly say that it was one of the best holidays that I've been on. Even though I've been to around 20 countries or so, it was definitely in the top 3, maybe top 5 places that I've been to. But for any business owners, freelancers, or just general people that are thinking about moving to Dubai and setting up a business, I'm just going to give you some of the key things that you need to know because I've recently finished the entire process. So one of the first things that you're going to need to do is, of course, spend time deciding on if it's something that you definitely want to do or if it's something that you don't want to do, because it is going to cost some money when it comes to paying for all of the different documents, paying for the business license, the visas. It's not necessarily cheap. Of course, it depends on what's cheap to you, what's not cheap to you, but you're going to have to decide on if it's something that you want to do. I would also recommend that you visit Dubai, just like what I did. Spend some time there, understand how things are done so that you know exactly what to expect. And then one of the next things that you're going to need to do is reach out to a consultation company that's going to be able to assist you with the entire process. Again, if you want to use the exact same company that I used, I've got a link in my description. Now, once you've had that initial meeting with them and you've discussed your personal situation, they know exactly what's going to be the best option for you. That's when you're now going to begin the process of applying for your visa. Once that gets accepted, you're then going to apply for a business license, and then you're going to apply for your Emirates ID. And of course, there's going to be some little steps that you're going to have to do in between as well, but those are some of the main things. Now, for the start of the process, you don't need to be in Dubai when it comes to starting the actual application. The first half of the application can be done even if you're not in the country, but the only time that you need to be in Dubai is when it comes to the medical side of things. So you're going to have to go to Dubai for them to do blood work, x-ray. Doesn't take long, maybe 5-10 minutes for you to complete. And you also need to do biometrics, fingerprints, which also takes about 5-10 minutes in and out. And then once you've completed all of that and everything has been accepted and there's no issues, that's when you're going to be able to get your Emirates ID. Now, the reason why it's important for you to get your EID is because this is what you're going to use, generally speaking, as a resident in Dubai, but you also need it when it comes to applying for bank accounts. Whether it's a business bank account or a personal bank account, you're not going to be able to apply for one if you don't have your EID. So that's the reason why you want to make sure that you're in Dubai so that you're going to be able to collect it so that you can apply for your bank account and get the entire process finalized. So I'd say that those are some of the most important things that you need to be aware of when it comes to completing the process. Now, of course, if you want me to make a more detailed video on this topic, put in the comments down below, do the Dubai video, and I'll get onto it ASAP. And this now brings me on to one of the most important things that I've learned from the beginning of starting my business up until now, for those of you out there that are currently at the start of your journey, which is that there's going to come times where you're going to have to completely uproot your life. You're going to have to make decisions. You're going to have to take risk for the betterment and for the advancement of your business. Being an entrepreneur isn't always an easy thing because you're going to find yourself in situations where you're going to have to put your business first. And of course, moving to Dubai isn't the hardest thing in the world. You know, nice sun, nice weather, good people, great place to network, but it isn't really easy when it comes to picking yourself up, packing all your stuff, and moving halfway across the world. So I thought I'd just end the video on that point. Starting a business has been amazing. I've managed to learn so many different lessons, and now it's taken me on a new adventure, and I thought I'd just share these lessons with you. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, press the like button. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And don't forget to subscribe as well. Hit the bell notification so that YouTube can let you know when a new video has been released. And if you also want to watch a recent vlog that I made maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago, where I documented the entire process from start to finish of me flying to Dubai for the purpose of opening up this company, you get to see everything that I went through. So if you are considering to move to Dubai, you're going to be able to get a lot of value out of this vlog. You're going to be able to watch that by clicking the link over here. And if you also wanted to sign up to a completely free email newsletter where every single week, I'm going to share my thoughts when it comes to different business insights that I've learned while starting all of the various businesses that I've been able to build. Whether it's e-commerce businesses, affiliate marketing businesses, blog websites, you're going to be able to receive an email from myself every single week to help you on your money making journey. So you're going to be able to sign up to that for completely free by clicking the first link in the description down below. Don't forget to check out the YouTube video that I mentioned earlier by clicking the link over here. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Make sure you stay safe out there. Peace.